Julius RUTO.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker, for according me this opportunity. First of all, I stand to support the amendment by Chepkonga and to take this moment to congratulate my senior Chepkonga, being a seasoned lawyer and a seasoned politician, leading a very important committee on ensuring that we have a regulatory framework in the Republic of Kenya that suits the intention, that suits the spirit of the Constitution. Article 1 of the Constitution that discusses the powers belongs to the citizens and it can be exercised through people's representation. And in this case, Madam Speaker, looking at what has been happening, especially on the regulatory framework system, the people who have been endowed with delegated powers to make these particular regulations, well, looking at the real intention of the law as to why it allowed that, the statutory instruments law, is that an intention of ensuring it facilitates faster establishment of legal framework that supports the coexistence of people's social needs of the people or given specific operationalization of a given law. However, looking from the practice at the moment, most of these persons who have been endowed with this power have come up with certain regulations at times. If you look at them, service some specific interest. Some of them have gone to an extent of harassing, an extent of extorting, an extent of intimidating, an extent of even reversing the original spirit of the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya. And therefore, this amendment seeks to reverse back the power of the people to where it belongs through the people's representative. And therefore, I stand to support this particular amendment and to say that each and every regulatory body that has been given powers to make regulations should seek to reflect what does the law say, what does the Constitution say. And the right people and the right place for this one, for this reflection, is nowhere else other than the House, the legislative house and arm of the government, which is this particular national parliament. Madam Speaker, I also seek to that this particular amendment again should go further than beyond the national government as it is here. Also going back to the county governments, we will appreciate that most regulations passed by county governments has been harassing members of public, especially on the business practice. It has been inhibiting expansion of business, but rather seeks to extort and infringe the space of doing business because of constant regulation, over-regulation, serving specific purpose of pressing people, of seeking to mine even to the lesser people who needs to be supported. Laws are meant to support, laws are meant to encourage, laws are meant to cultivate, laws are meant to create that environment that brings about coexistence. But rather regulations that we are seeing nowadays, especially at county government has been used and misused to the extent that people have suffered much than the intention of the law of encouraging an enabling environment to traverse well. So, Madam Speaker, allow me to take this opportunity and to support this amendment and to say time has come that Parliament needs to take its space. Thank you so much, Madam Speaker.
The Honourable Member for Tinderet, Member for Honourable Julius Meli, and that's the last one on the intervention button. So any member who wants to